So my name is Christian Philip Unmack. I'm a senior project manager at Eurofish International Organization, an organization located in Denmark, in Copenhagen. And we have 13 member states as being, part of our organization. We are involved in PerformFISH and in this work package as for exploring the markets and the possibilities of these two fish in different markets, old markets and novel. There is the ever ongoing question about freshness. Is the fish actually caught the day it's caught? Is it slaughtered the day it's taken from the aquaculture site? That is one thing. In some countries, there has been some fraud as for the species that you eat. Is that actually the species that you eat at the end of the day? That is, of course, a concern, and is also a concern about the environmental parts. How much of a CO2 footprint, if you like, does this fish represent? There's been some issues with the Norwegian salmon, etc. We all know about. Did show us that it was actually important because the preliminary questions and analysis that we did showed that there was a big difference between the countries. The consumer perception of the species, how much a tradition the species was or not a tradition. It could be the US market. That the Italian people was very happy about the species, but completely new to other people in the US and so forth. Same for the UK. It was a new species and the way they perceived it. There is, of course, the case about freshness, and you need to transport these fish. Consumers, are they reluctant or not to get a fish which is fresh, hasn't been frozen, and has been on the way for quite some time? If you think about the Scandinavian market, the UK market, and especially the US market, that is a bit of a thing going on. And some of these markets, they are targeting local proteins, if you like, local blue proteins. The future of these species, it is a difficult one. It's always it's a sociological thing I discovered. I've got quite a few years of experience with it, that a new species is difficult to introduce on a new market. People are extremely conservative. You might want to say that there are many things being eaten in China, but there are also things that you and we eat, and which is so new for them that they will not. And this could also be just a fish species. It's also when you have a new species and you can see it in Denmark and other countries, these species are presented whole. So you see, and it's not just a fillet, butterfly, whatever. And that is something that people haven't seen before. So it's not just white meat. It's also appearance, which is completely new. I don't think we should hide the species, but perhaps one should think about that one should not be seeing the whole fish to begin with. It could be a more exclusive thing, even though people will be paying for the head, the bones, etc., higher kilo price. But I think it will be easier for them to adopt a fillet of a species than seeing it and then have to make the fillet themselves or put it on the barbecue. Whatever.